You won't believe this. At the age of 62, Johnny Depp finally decided to open the darkest chapter of his Hollywood life. For decades, fans only saw him as the charming Jack Sparrow, the rebel outsider, or the misunderstood genius. But behind the camera, his journey was filled with betrayals, heartbreaks, and enemies who tried to destroy him. For years, Depp kept silent, choosing mystery over confrontation. But now, the silence is over. He revealed the 9 names he hated the most in his entire career. And these are not just casual grudges. These are the people who, according to Depp, shattered his trust, ruined his peace, and nearly ended his career. Some names you already expect, but others will shock you, and the last 2 will make you question everything you thought you knew about Hollywood. So sit back and stay with me till the very end, because this story is about betrayal, survival, and the bitter truth that Johnny Depp could no longer hide. Hash 1. Amber Heard. Let's begin with the most obvious and yet the most painful, Amber Heard. Their love story was once celebrated. Depp, decades into his career, fell for a younger actress who seemed to bring a spark into his life. But what started as romance quickly turned into a nightmare. Their marriage collapsed into chaos, filled with accusations, courtroom battles, and shocking revelations. When Amber accused him of abuse, the world turned against Depp almost overnight. Roles vanished, studios distanced themselves, and the once beloved star was branded a monster. He lost millions, but more than that, he lost his reputation. And for Depp, who had spent years building a legacy, this betrayal cut the deepest. Even though years later the truth came out and his name was partially restored, Depp admitted he could never forgive her. To him, Amber wasn't just an ex-wife. She became the symbol of how love can turn into hate, and how one person's actions could nearly destroy an entire career. That's why her name tops the list of people Johnny Depp hated most. Hash 2. Ellen Barkin. The second name is someone from Depp's past, Ellen Barkin. Back in the 1990s, Depp and Barkin had a brief relationship. It wasn't serious, and they eventually went their separate ways. But decades later, during Depp's court battles, Barkin resurfaced this time, not as a friend, but as a witness against him. She testified that Depp was jealous, controlling, and had a violent temper. To Johnny, this felt like betrayal on the deepest level. How could someone he once shared intimacy with now use the courtroom to tarnish his image? Many insiders said Barkin's words weren't about truth but revenge, a chance to publicly embarrass a man who had once walked away from her. For Depp, Barkin's testimony was personal. It wasn't just about the law. It was about trust, shattered by someone who once knew him closely. And for that reason, Ellen Barkin's name stayed permanently on his hate list. Hash 3. Disney executives. The third name is not a single person, but a group, the Disney executives. Johnny Depp was not just another actor in their studio. He was the heart and soul of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Captain Jack Sparrow wasn't just a role, it was his creation, a character born from his imagination, quirks, and genius. Fans around the world adored him. Disney made billions because of him. But when the accusations from Amber Heard surfaced, Disney didn't hesitate. They cut ties with Depp without even waiting for the truth. Overnight, Jack Sparrow was gone. And to Depp, it wasn't just about losing a paycheck. It was about losing the one character he poured his soul into. Later, Depp admitted he would never return to Disney, not even for $300 million and a million alpacas. That one statement said it all. To him, Disney executives weren't business partners. They were betrayers who abandoned him at his lowest point. And for that, they earned his permanent hatred. Hash 4. Dan Wootton. The fourth name is one that casual fans may not recognize, but Johnny Depp never forgot. Dan Wootton. Wootton was the journalist at The Sun who wrote the infamous article calling Depp a wife beater. That headline was more than ink on paper. It was the spark that ignited a worldwide firestorm. Suddenly, Depp was not just an actor in trouble, he was a villain in the public eye. The UK trial that followed became one of the darkest periods of his life. He fought for his reputation, but the damage was already done. And at the center of the storm stood one man, Dan Wootton. Depp revealed that he saw Wootton not as a journalist, but as an enemy who built his career on destroying others. That article didn't just hurt Depp, it changed his life forever. That's why Dan Wootton's name will always remain on Johnny's list. Hash 5. Joel Mandel. The fifth name is someone who knew Depp personally, his former business manager, Joel Mandel. For years, Mandel handled Depp's finances, but Depp later accused him of mishandling millions of dollars, leading to lawsuits and bitter fights. Depp claimed he trusted Mandel with everything, only to find out that his money had vanished into bad decisions, debts, and mismanagement. Money wasn't everything to Depp, but betrayal was. He worked decades to build his fortune, and in his eyes, Mandel treated it recklessly. Their falling out turned ugly, with lawyers involved, accusations flying from both sides. For Johnny Depp, Mandel wasn't just a bad manager. He was a symbol of what happens when trust is broken in business, and that's why his name made the list of people Depp truly despised. Before moving to number 6, like the video, #6, Bruce Witkin. The 6th name hurt Depp on a deeply personal level, Bruce Witkin. For over 40 years, Witkin wasn't just a friend. He was Depp's brother in all but blood. They played music together, built memories, and supported each other through life's ups and downs. But when Depp faced trial, Witkin appeared in court as a witness against him. To Depp, that betrayal was more painful than anything a stranger could do. A friend turning against you is like a knife to the heart. He later said losing Bruce was like losing family. The bitterness wasn't about words said in court, but about the decades of trust that vanished in a moment. That's why Bruce Witkin's name burned its way onto Johnny Depp's hate list. #7, Enemies of Adam Waldman. The 7th name isn't just one individual, but a collection of people, those who tried to bring down his lawyer, Adam Waldman. Waldman stood by Depp through his darkest days, fighting tirelessly in court and in the media. But in doing so, Waldman became a target himself. Opposition lawyers, journalists, and Hollywood insiders all tried to discredit him, painting him as untrustworthy. Depp revealed that he viewed Waldman's enemies as his enemies too. In his mind, anyone who tried to destroy his lawyer was indirectly trying to destroy him. Loyalty meant everything to Depp. And he made it clear, those who went after Waldman are names he will never forgive. #8, Harvey Weinstein. The 8th name is infamous, Harvey Weinstein. Depp has openly admitted that he despised Weinstein, calling him a bullying, disgusting pig. He said working with him was one of the darkest times of his career. Weinstein's reputation in Hollywood was already stained with stories of abuse, power games, and cruelty. For Depp, Weinstein wasn't just another producer. He was the embodiment of everything rotten in the industry, a man who used power to manipulate and humiliate others. That hatred ran deep, and Depp never hid it. Weinstein's name, for Johnny Depp, represented Hollywood's darkest side. #9, the Hollywood Snakes. Finally, the 9th name isn't a single person. Depp revealed that there are still names he will never say aloud. He called them the Snakes of Hollywood. These were producers, actors, and executives who pretended to be his friends while secretly plotting against him. They smiled in his face, but when the scandals broke, they vanished or whispered against him. For Depp, this was the most painful truth of all, that in Hollywood, loyalty is rare and betrayal is common. He never revealed all their identities, but he admitted that the bitterness he carries for those unnamed snakes is something he will take with him for life. At 62, Johnny Depp no longer hides behind silence. These 9 names reveal the truth about betrayal, fame, and survival in Hollywood. He has seen love turn to hate, friendship turn to betrayal, and power turn to corruption. But here's the question I leave for you. Do you believe Johnny Depp was justified in hating these people? Or is holding on to that anger something that will haunt him forever? Thanks for watching.